Hello, welcome to Metal Gear Solid 5, specifically Mission 15, Footprints of Phantoms. And in this mission, I'm going to be destroying some walker gears that were deployed. The bipedal weapons system, because for some reason, everybody in history is just obsessed with making weapons bipedal for some reason. That just seems to be the next step in evolution, right? Because, you know, humans are so incredible that if we just make the weapons like the humans, then they're automatically better, you know? It just makes sense. Just don't think about it too hard. Just kind of accept it for what it is. It is Metal Gear.
This contract comes from the People's Movement for the Liberation of Angola, also known as the MPLA. The PF at Ditati Abandoned Village has been supplied with walker gears. Your job is to eliminate them all. Destroy them, extract them, whatever you see fit. This just might get us closer to the walker gear supplier, Cypher.
I'm honestly kind of surprised that this game features mini Metal Gears everywhere, but they don't have that in the other games at all. And then you could also argue that, like, it makes no sense that, like, Sahelanthropus is, like, way stronger than all the other Metal Gears that come after it for some reason. Like, you would expect the Metal Gears to get, like, progressively worse, but they're all kind of either the same or inconsistent. Some of them are better than others. Did I just get the guilty butterfly? Let me see. Nice! Oh, I met the requirements to make it, but I can't develop it right now. I need to finish developing all my other projects. That's going to be pretty useful because I'm going for a minimal kills playthrough because you can't avoid killing everybody in this game. Sometimes you kind of have to, but I also don't really care if Quiet does it because I'm not personally responsible, but it's sort of just like you're forced to use the tranquilizer weapons, which makes the game a little bit harder because you have less options, and then you don't really get the suppressors for the tranquilized weapons until the late game. So you're pretty much restricted to the pistol, which, you know, I mean, some people could argue the game's less fun that way, but I think it's perfectly fine because the game's kind of easy if you have all of the tools at your disposal, depending on, you know, if we're talking about, like, because this is like my 4th playthrough, so I'm not really challenged by this early game, so I kind of have to, like, handicap myself a little bit. Later on the game gets a little bit more difficult. Okay, so what I want is Quiet to do is scout out this area, tell me where all of the walker gears are. I even see some prisoners too. Specifically one there, and then one there. I'll try to rescue them if I can. This is actually a very tight sneaking section. There's a lot of guards in the way. That makes this pretty difficult, actually. Especially if you're trying to do this without, like, leaving a trace. That's absolutely insane. It just requires a lot of patience, and, you know, guards are just gonna inevitably see you because they're so close to you, you know. They turn their head and then boom, you're there. Okay, so this guy is very clearly guarding the prisoner. So if I just throw a little magazine clip over there, that'll distract him. He'll think, like, what's going on? What's that noise? And then that will give us time to snag this guy. Is there another guy in the other room? I guess he wasn't really, like, guarding the guy per se. No, but this is the first prisoner that we could rescue. You get big boy points for rescuing these guys because it's just the cool thing to do. I want to make sure there's not any guards that are, like, you know, 30 meters away, I think is the limit to when they can see the Fulton recovery bloom, but it might be more than that. It generally depends on what their visibility is. So in order to actually rescue these guys, you kind of have to get out of the area. It's not like the Peace Walker Fulton balloon where you could just, like, use it inside of buildings and then they just pretend like it doesn't exist. Would be kind of nice though. Okay, this should be good. That guy sees, you can always take him out. I think it's the noise more than anything, but that guy notices something's wrong. Maybe he notices the prisoner's missing, which is pretty much going to eliminate the ability to be undetected here because they will think something's wrong. It's already a little bit too late now. They're going to be on alert in some way, shape, or form. How alert they are is going to depend on if I make any mistakes here. Yeah, that's full alert, so they're just going to be like running around, making this substantially difficult. And you know, D-Dog might have been better simply because Quiet for some reason doesn't mark all the enemies like D-Dog does. D-Dog will mark every enemy, which I've always thought D-Dog was a little bit more useful than Quiet. There's the Walker Gears. Pretty much have to crawl at this point because you're so close to the guys, and it does help marking them.
Analysis complete.
I mean, at this point, like, I start to use things like decoy because I know that they're already on alert, so there's really no point kind of trying to hide your presence. Just at this point, try to distract, do things that will throw the enemy off. Oh no. Please don't fire Quiet. Okay, we're good. At this point, I mean, some people would argue the reflex mode makes it way too easy. I can see why you would say that. It all depends on, like, you know, I think it's up to the player to keep the game interesting. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, you know? Okay, they're definitely gonna think something's wrong because he just radioed. What's up?
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. That's a target. Eliminate it any way you'd like.
Please select a landing zone. Support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
Great. No targets remaining. Your objective's complete. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land.
Mission info has been updated. The map has been updated. Infiltrated
That's
hot
it.
zone.
You've made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss. Warning.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Mission complete.